Invincible Season 3 is finally out, and here's my review for Episode 1. Before I get started, please like, subscribe. Season 3, Episode 1 starts off with Mark training to get stronger. He's pushing his body to the limit. Him and Cecil are doing training exercises, fighting, lifting, just increasing his strength, increasing his speed, increasing his agility, which is going to come very helpful when Mr. 10 Times Worse shows up. But yeah, this episode also goes over him and Oliver getting his powers. Mark is also trying to confess his feelings to Eve, which I feel like, compared to what happened in the comics, I like how the show is going with it. It's going slow, it's going smooth. In the comics, it's kind of like Eve's like, Mark, you're single now, we're dating.
And then Mark rejects her, saying it's too soon. And then after this fight with Cecil and Mark was getting beaten, he confesses to Eve, saying his last thought was her, and she pulls him to him for a kiss, and that's when they start dating.
In the show, it's taking its time, it's building on the relationship, and they are by far the best superhero couple. We also see Dr. Seismic back, and he has captured all the heroes. Now, diving in the comics version, they cut a lot of heroes out. I was expecting Brit to be there, I was expecting Wolfman to be there, also Savage Dragon, and then all the heroes got captured, and Cecil sends Darkwing and Rhiannon to go and save them all, and Mark obviously flips out. He goes and talks to Cecil about it. Cecil takes him to the White Room, and then the episode ends on a cliffhanger. But yeah, this episode was great. I feel like they cut quite a lot from the comics. In the comics, there is a lot more dialogue and a lot more characters shown. Dr. Seismic's Earth creatures captures the heroes. You can actually see that in the comics. You see those creatures taking the heroes, not just Rex in his bath towel. But yeah, overall this episode was great. I'll definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Invincible is amazing, but I feel like they are cutting a bit from the comics, and they're also cutting dialogue, taking characters out. I think Wolfman and Brit, I don't know about Wolfman, but I think Brit will show up later, because he does show up in Cecil's past, and I'll talk about that in episode 2. He may show up later on. I don't want to spoil it more, but I'll say he might show up in episode 7 when everything happens. I'm not sure if Wolfman might show up, because he was supposed to show up, unless he's going to come up in another episode. If he doesn't, that means Tech Jacket won't show up in episode 7. These characters are good characters, and I thought they would show up. So obviously they don't have the rights for these characters, but they do show up in the Invincible comics. At the moment, I still prefer the comic version of this, but in terms of the relationship between Invincible and Eve, I'm enjoying the show version. It's taking it slow, it's building up on it, and it's trying to connect more. But overall, I'm enjoying it, and I'll see you guys back when I talk about episode 2. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, because it helps the channel. So thank you guys for listening. See you next time.